Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources. Updating daily noontime New York City.
Global economy.
May 1st. 11 o'clock America New York. Cutting China tariffs will offer no respite from rising prices. U.S. policymakers must stand firm on the need to confront Beijing and rebalance global trade.
Armstrong Economics.
May 1st. 10:07 America New York. Private blog. The Mystery of Silver. Private blog. The Mystery of Silver private blog posts are exclusively available to Socrates subscribers. To sign up for Socrates or to learn more, please visit ask-socrates.com.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
May 1st. 10 o'clock America New York. April extends bond investors' woes. Growing expectations for interest rate increases have sent the yield on the 10-year Treasury note to its biggest monthly gain in 13 years.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
May 1st. 5:30 America New York. Fed prepares double-barreled tightening with bond runoff. Officials' plans for their $9 trillion asset portfolio reflect many similarities, and some differences, from an earlier experiment to shrink holdings.
New York Times Business. May 1st. 5 o'clock America New York. How to figure out if you can actually afford that new home. It's tempting to jump into the home buying frenzy. But with prices up and mortgage rates surging, make sure you do the math first. New York Times Business.
April 30th. 10:57 America New York. What to know about Tucker Carlson's rise. A Times examination of the host's career and singular influence at Fox News shows how his trajectory traces the transformation of American conservatism itself.
New York Times Business.
April 30th. 10:45 America New York. How Tucker Carlson reshaped Fox News, and became Trump's heir. As the host turned a civil war at Fox to his advantage, he found himself at the forefront of the nativist forces transforming conservative politics.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business.
April 30th. 9:10 America New York. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos face off in a satellite space race. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are two of the richest men on Earth. Now the billionaires are taking their dueling business ventures to space.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
April 30th. 9:03 America New York. Economic Storytelling. In this episode, Nobel laureate Robert Shiller discusses with a somewhat skeptical Russ Roberts the extent to which narratives affect the fluctuations of the economy.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
April 30th. 9 o'clock America New York. Investors are waiting for vehicle prices to drop. Manufacturers need to work with dealers to rationalize the retail process and limit discounting.
Wall Street Journal Markets.
April 30th. 8:22 America New York. Berkshire Hathaway profits fall. Warren Buffett's company says its first quarter earnings declined, hurt by investment losses and weaker results in its insurance underwriting business.
Global economy.
April 30th. 7 o'clock America New York. Pressure on Chinese renminbi hits other emerging market currencies. Gains for commodity-rich nations have waned on economic growth concerns. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. April 30th. 5:33 America New York. Tariff probe casts shadow on U.S. solar build-out. A U.S. investigation into Asian solar panels has created uncertainty for developers and manufacturers and caused widespread delays and cancellations.
The Library of Economics and Liberty.
April 30th. 4 o'clock America New York. Creative destruction comes from iDrinkWorks. In early 2021, as the pandemic entered its second year, I gave my wife a DrinkWorks home bar for Valentine's Day. A joint venture of Keurig, Dr. Pepper, and Anheuser-Busch, the Jazzy machine combines water, CO2, and pods of drink concentrate to make cocktails, beer, and cider much like a Keurig turns out coffee. Marginal Revolution.
April 30th. 3:30 America New York. What is your most underappreciated paper? If you are a scholar working primarily in the social sciences and/or humanities with at least 4,000 Google Scholar citations, we hereby invite you to identify one or two publications with publication date 2012 or prior, and for which the count is lower than your present H-index, that you consider underappreciated.
Armstrong Economics.
April 30th. 001 America New York. Biden crime family. The post-Biden crime family first appeared on Armstrong Economics.
Global economy.
April 30th. 0 America New York. Inflation. low expectations set the stage for further surprise. Central bank predictions of a transitory period went well wide of the mark and their miscalculations could continue.
Daily FX Market News.
April 29, 2200 America, New York. Australian dollar forecast. Will the RBA hike? If so, AUD, USD still faces roadblocks. The Australian dollar underperformed against the US dollar last week despite a hotter-than-expected local CPI report. Could an RBA rate hike revive AUD, USD bulls?
Finance and economics.
April 29, 2000 America, New York. How would an energy embargo affect Germany's economy? Researchers draw some lessons from past episodes.
Finance and economics.
April 29, 2000 America, New York. Slow pain or fast pain? The implications of low investment yields. A new book on living with low expected returns.
BBC News Business.
April 29, 1932 America, New York. Chancellor breaks pledge on energy bills. Rishi Sunak said a £150 council tax rebate would be paid in April, but guidance now says, from April.
BBC News Business.
April 29, 1932 America, New York. Chancellor breaks pledge on energy bills. Rishi Sunak said a £150 council tax rebate would be paid in April, but guidance now says, from April.
BBC News Business.
April 29, 1726 America, New York. Amazon sell-off ends dismal month for U.S. shares. Major U.S. stock indexes took a slide in April, with the tech-heavy Nasdaq seeing its worst month since 2008.
BBC News Business. April 29, 1726 America, New York. Amazon sell-off ends dismal month for U.S. shares. Major U.S. stock indexes took a slide in April, with the tech-heavy Nasdaq seeing its worst month since 2008.
BBC News Business. April 29, 1453 America, New York. Russia says it has made payments to avoid debt default. Moscow has paid interest on foreign bonds in dollars but admits there are difficulties with payments.
BBC News Business.
April 29, 1453 America, New York. Russia says it has made payments to avoid debt default. Moscow has paid interest on foreign bonds in dollars but admits there are difficulties with payments.